Okay, today we're working on a way to make simple abstract design. If you're not, especially if you're not comfortable with doing abstract, it's just a simple way to get into it. I mean, a lot of people are just not comfortable doing. They feel like they don't get it right. And actually a exercise we did in design class in art school years ago, and it worked for me. It made me feel a little more comfortable with it. Basically what you do, I took an 8 by 10 sheet of paper and I divided it into 4 sections. The print's going to be 8 by 10 when I'm done, or the print size. That's the size of the plate that I'm using, that's why I'm using this size. So these little sections will be 4 by 5. Now I divide each section into something that looks balanced to me. I think kind of in my mind of flags when I do it, how balanced they look. And as you can see, I have 4 different designs that I can do. I'm going to do this one. So I went over and took an 8 by 10 sheet of paper and I cut these out to the size that they'll be. I'll show you how they'll line up on the plate, like this. This is 1C, this is 1B, and I do write it on there. I try to write it on there. So that I know when I put them. I mean, you're going to know but these two you might get them confused. And it's this way. So you do it the way it's supposed to be. So you'll get it right. Okay, now what you do, basically, we're going to cut something out of this. I'll show you. I'll show you on this one. Let's fold it in half to start. And then maybe like this. Alright. I'm going to cut it, fold it at first, and then I'll take it apart and do different cuts so it doesn't come out looking like a snowflake. I'm just making cuts along the outside. Trying not to cut my fingernails off. Just started growing my fingernails. I would like to keep them. Now if you have those little punch cutters, you can punch cut. I have a couple, but they're just, I mean, for me they're annoying. And on this end I'll probably just give it a snip. Alright. We'll see what this is going to look like. We might cut it down. I'm using black paper so I can see what the design's going to look like. Now I'm really satisfied with that. Can you see the whole thing? I'm really satisfied with that stencil. Okay, now these I will cut and then I will be back. Basically I'm just going to do the same thing, fold and cut. You don't have to suffer through the whole process. I'll be right back. Okay, here's our final design. You can see I went circular on that one. I'm not real happy with this one, but I'm going to use it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have some pre-printed backgrounds, just plain. I've got the grunge off the plate and a little just one color. And I'm going to put these on it and print over it. So, well, I'm going to put these on my gel plate and print over that so you can see. The designs will come out the same, but I'm going to use different colors when printing over it. I'm going to go for some darks, because this is a pretty dark for a background. I usually use like more cream and white. And I'm just going to mix some colors up on the plate that are fairly dark. Okay. Now, we'll lay these out gently. They want to stick, and I still have grunge from the last one of these I did, and that's good. That'll just add added interest to the whole thing. See, they want to stick down. This one, I don't know if the whole thing's going to fit. But that's okay. I like that. Make it better with it hanging off the edge. See, they're not fitting well. I might have cut them down a little. I usually cut them down a little more than that, but I like it. Now I put some dark green and I put some black and some blue on here. We're going to roll it on there. Well, that don't want to come out. So there's my colors. They're very, very, very dark. Now, I am wanting them to mix. I'm not looking for each block to be a separate color. Oops, that stencil wants to use this one, but no. This is the hard part with the stencils, so without breaking them. If I like it, which I do like these, I'm going to lay them on a piece of wax paper beside me and let them dry, and I can use them again when they're dry if I don't rip them. Yeah, that one came off. Once it's dry, it'll be sturdier because now it has a layer of paint on it. Gives it a plastic coating. Next time I'll use the opposite side of it, and then you'll have a plastic coating on both sides, and they'll last for a while. This one probably, not this round one. Because of the awkward way I had to cut it down. Oh, well, maybe it's coming. It's coming. Let's see what we got. I had a paper under here lined up, but I moved it when I moved the plate. Now normally I would let this dry for quite a bit and then go away. But I want to show you, so I'm not going to do that. But basically you get the idea. You just take it, let's let it sit for a minute though. Take your papers and divide them up. This is what I did on this one too. This is what I was working on earlier. I really love the triangle ones. You can do great things with those triangles. I don't think I have one to show you. But, maybe I don't. But the triangles come out really nice. Yeah, here's one right here. I mean, the corner triangle on that was really, really nice. And at the end of this video, I'll show you some of the prints that I did with these things. And I am a fan of cut paper. I'm not good at, the intricate cut paper, but I really am a fan of cut paper. And you can make your own, and I like the roughness of it, the primitive look it gives your pages. Now see, you can do the backgrounds in different colors, and it would be even more interesting, but I just had a pile of, oops, goes this way. And as you can see, you get a nice balanced design. It probably would have looked better if I had a done the background in different colors, but you get the idea. You divided up your space evenly. You put your things in there in the right place, and it'll look balanced. And it can go this way or even this way. But since you balance the sections out, your print, your print will be balanced. So that's an easy way to do abstract. And you can take that and do some, like you could put a figure here. You know those long figures that everybody's fond of doing? You could put one of those here. You could put fish. You don't have to do these cutouts like I do, but you know what size your section is, you fill that section, it's going to look balanced. So as long as what you drew on the paper was balanced, as long as you do these in a nice balanced way, and you can see how nicely balanced they are, then your end product's going to come out balanced. So that was just a little tip for if you're uncomfortable with jumping into abstract. It's a good way to do it. Good, easy way. And you can get inspiration. Go look at the paintings that are just blocks of color. You can get inspiration from that. How did they divide their blocks up? Well, you know, if it's hanging on a museum wall, it's going to be balanced. So look at what they did, and then you do yours. We were encouraged in art school to learn from the masters. What did they do? I mean, I'm not talking about copying their painting stroke for stroke, but what did they do? Okay, what can you do? What can that do for your art? That's what you do. Okay, thank you. Please subscribe. Put a like if you like it. Please subscribe if you want to see more, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. You have a nice day. Thank you very much.